Welcome back to the 2025 Dodgeball Canada Club Championships here in Calgary, Alberta. You're once again listening to Ben Johnson alongside
Michael White. Enjoying a fun competitive tournament today. We're seeing a lot of different kind of action, all the way from like the speed and athleticism of Howell and St. Elites to this last match we just did commentary for between Armada and Bloom. It's wild to see how different all these teams play. Like it's one of the best part of national tournaments is you get that kind of like uniqueness from one team to the next.
100%. And what I'm loving about this is this is the Saltwater Cup here. We got the Atlantic battle between Halifax. Why am I saying Halifax? Charlottetown and Halifax. Sorry, yes. And so Nova Scotia selections. We mentioned earlier between us the two teams coming out of PEI. Small towns, small communities. They know each other well. This is a big trip over, so we're very thankful to be streaming right now for everyone back home, family members, spouses. This is just like, they know these players well. They know these boys can play. And many have played for many years. Brody Champion was saying, he's like, I've been playing for as long as some of these people have been alive here. You know that life.
I'm getting there,
yeah.
I'm out here recruiting players local to me, and I'm like, man, I'm that guy now.
Welcome Gen Zs.
We need the young ones. We want more.
Meanwhile, Riptide, they used to be the young kids. They've been playing together for 8 years now. 4th place at Nationals in Montreal 2022, and shots fired. And a sore body right now.
Yeah, that might have been a pulled calf. It looks like he kind of came down on his right leg.
We were briefly mentioning Tristan, and oof, yeah. Okay, well, hopefully just an odd start to the opening rush.
Could be a leg cramp or something. He's flexing it. Doesn't look like he's in too bad a shape. Hopefully nothing that's going to hold him back.
Is limbs. Tardif as well. So I would say fan favorite, also just kind of nice guy, Dalton McKenzie. He's hanging back right now, number 12, so keep an eye on him.
Okay.
Hard throw, Canadian national player Devin Sivens has represented, he's on Riptide right wing.
Okay.
He's represented Team Canada. Meanwhile, Barkhouse and Sokoluk take one out. And actually, we can work on your East Coast is like dairy. So and it's like they kind of say car, like with an R.
Yeah.
Well, and kind of East Coast USA can have some of that too, right?
I don't know if it's a true representation, but I've watched some Letterkenny if you're familiar.
Boy, am I ever.
I love that show.
How you now? Good ups. Targeted Sokolik, and he's a limb now. 1v3.
All right, getting some one-on action early on in this set.
Lawton pushing up. Big bodies.
Ooh.
More like just tall bodies, right? Like it's not like we've kind of seen some real racks of rib here. These guys are just tall and lean.
They're not football players, but they're big.
And what's always impressive is how players like that can be mobile, get small. Conversation going right now.
Yeah, it's actually, I think one of the cool parts about dodgeball is that it brings out an athleticism in taller players that you don't see in other sports. Because really, like, being really strong isn't that valuable. Like, obviously, being able to throw a ball, sure, great. But that's not necessarily as much about strength as it is about kind of throwing mechanics and using your length as a taller person. And then you have to have that comboed with your ability to survive, your agility, right?
So there's a neutralizing issue with, like, every strength. If you're super strong, okay. If you're super tall, like it's not like basketball or just like a pitcher's mechanic where it's like just a positive.
Yep.
You're exposed.
And we're kind of seeing that. These guys definitely like look true to form in that way.
Johnston with the great shot. That's Johnston with a T.
Great attempt there. Got under both of those. Just had two coming at about the same time there. That's tough to deal with.
Barkhouse. Oh, yeah. Are you familiar with the Rushdown podcast?
We did a little shout out earlier today. We'll do one more now for the Rushdown podcast run by Kim Wynn, one of the members of Outsiders. He's done a great job, I believe, over the last 2 years at least. It's kind of been on and off at times, but just coming fresh off the thing, actually, he's put out a couple of interview episodes recently. He does a long-form podcast inviting people in to talk about recent major tournaments, international players. He's brought in people from Worlds, I believe, last year. I think Cam made the cloth team. I think he played this last year with Team USA. So always interesting conversation here. It's a great spectrum of players from new to old. Talked about some of the history of dodgeball to some of the things happening today and tomorrow. So it's a great listen if you're looking for something dodgeball related to get into. Pretty sure you can find them on Spotify,
wherever the podcasts
exactly, all the podcast platforms.
Play call now coming out of Riptide. Big throw, 1-2 punch. Watton taking out champion. Play call now Tritons. You can see their coastal reflection in their name.
A double to a save. Wow. Great reaction off the back line there.
Derry pointing, shooting, firing on Tardif. Suffolk getting out of the way. McKenzie pushing, protecting.
Wasting no time there to get the 3 balls on 1 target. I like that speed of execution.
Also, Dalton's shoes, very coordinated, on brand.
Oh, yeah, on that left corner. The blue and white on blue and white. The black knee pads stand out.
Yeah.
I think the whole team's kind of rocking that, or some of them are.
Big rip. Unable to bring it in or block it is strong, so now Suffolk holding back with Barkhouse. This is familiar from the last set.
Wow, really aggressive up on that left corner.
Yeah, and that's something that's like they really let Mackenzie cook on his own there. Like one of the things I noticed most as far back as 2022 Nationals is there's almost like a 5-and-1 strategy that they let him be mobile on his own.
Interesting. It's a unique dynamic to use in dodgeball because a lot of it seems to be like you want to get the whole team involved every time, all the time. But there is something there to that of like letting a player float, be the island, be the person that has kind of the right to do things creatively, and then let the rest of the team kind of manage the general coordination. It can open some doors that you wouldn't necessarily have from a kind of a strict huddle or a system that's more common. You've got to be very well coordinated to do it though, because it introduces a lot of issues.
Go figure that the island province lets a player be his own island. Barkhouse again, last eliminated. Two points on the board. I saw 3 there and I was like, what's going on?
Well, yeah, 2 hard-earned wins so far. That was not a quick set by any means. We're already down 6 minutes in the match.
Now on court, number 15, Jazenko, ready to take a toss back, as well as number 23, Murray. Burden to throw is on Tritons. They've got player less and an extra ball. Big shots. Counter is successful, taking out Chong. Derry out in the process.
Yeah, maybe a little overcommitted in that group throw. They kind of approached the line in one rhythm and then decided to throw it. It kind of created a tell, and that opposite corner decided to punish him for it.
Meanwhile, some good news. I think it was Tristan Evans, if I recall correctly, who had that opening rush injury, and he's good to go.
Oh yeah, he's back on court. Doesn't seem to be limping on it. That's good. You not want to see people get injured on day one. You don't want to see them injured at all, but at least get a play into the playoffs, I would hope.
With a fantastic hair in the left wing, that's Harrison Jenkins. Woo. Now, he claims to have 280,000 followers on TikTok.
For what?
We did search his name, and so I couldn't find him. So, Harrison, let's have that handle. As an limb takes out Evans. We see him walking normal, so that's good. Johnston now, ready, sets. This is the opposing winger that takes it. Counters, great block, Tardif.
Oh, unfortunate to ground that one, but great follow from Tardif on the right corner. Realized they had some open space there and took the shots they could take. Earning the 2v2.
McKenzie, 2 balls in hand. Ready, set, he sends it between targets. Murray unfazed. Probably wearing the 23.
Bad ball? What did we stop and play for?
We are missing a ball.
Oh.
No, we got 6. Why are we stopping?
Oh, they're stopping time. Maybe he was trying to call timeout. I don't. Huh. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, we are resetting and beginning. Murray, Tardif, burden to throw. McKenzie sends it back. Yeah. Johnston saying, yeah, I got him out. Don't waste the ball on me. And McKenzie taken out there.
Yep.
Good action. Falling behind. 2-0 now, 2-1. So ending that point streak.
But yeah, it was a kind of an obvious tell on both sides there. One side was trying to double on the thrower because they had burden to throw. The opposite corner was making it obvious that he was going to rush. He was over there twitching, and it became a little too obvious, I think. So once they threw, they were a little prepared for it. They were able to get away without getting hit, and that allowed them to close the game in 2 clean hits there.
That's when you get that frenetic energy. It's like, I know what you want to do.
It's so hard to play without showing what you want to do, right? And even the best that do it, you know, you can't be perfect, right?
You get so eager.
You might think people don't know, and they'll still know.
Winger on winger violence here. Watton taking out his imposing end. Well done. Player advantage now, Riptide. Their burden to throw. Derry in the middle with the play call. Getting Simmons. It's got a left-right sweep on it. Trade situation.
But yeah, not willing to just run away from that mid-court space. I like to see it. You need to push back, especially when you're, you know, holding a one-player advantage. It's best to, you know, keep your opponent on their heels. Don't let them just step up and throw the ball for free from the front line.
Play call, all four players with the ball in hand. 1-2, connecting on Evans. 4v4, hard on target, sniping out the shoe of champion. Johnston, it was Watton, high-low. Solo. Kenzie slow to retreat, sends it back, in and out of the hip pocket of Murray.
That was a good attempt, got his hands underneath it. Just a little too close to make that play.
Oh, wow. That's athleticism right there. Watch the back line. That's the tricky part of having long legs too, right?
Well, I mean, honestly, yeah, that guy reminds me of another player from Portland. Shout out to Greg Long. He's one of the craziest dodgeball players I know. He dresses himself up in all this padding, and he just goes airborne like that and then comes down on his body, like his hip, whatever else. And he's been doing it for so long now. I don't understand how he's not more broken. It's wild.
Chizenko now versus 3. His burden to throw with the extra ball. Watton getting nice and low, actively using his ball to protect. Didn't need it that time. Johnston with the play call, over to Simmons. Remember, Simmons got, whoa, Chizenko, preemptive strike, sends another one. Was a little low, he's open for a target. Johnston sends it right perfectly.
Feeling a little too good after that first one. That was a beautiful shot. I loved how he kind of postured his body to tell the left side he was looking at them, but then threw the ball to the right with that little outside break. That was well executed. The second shot, maybe not necessary, but I don't think it wasn't worth taking. It was just giving up all 3. That put him in a tough spot.
And he was sold out for the catch and perfectly placed outside of elbow. Evans and Derry, quick. No one's throwing. Burden to throw will be on Riptide as they were the last point.
He just nicked in the air.
Going upstairs, but he's taken out.
Not really seeing separation yet, but if Riptide can walk away with one more game here, they might start to kind of pull away.
See, the advantage they have is they're happy to keep that pace up that they have. Derry out.
They really haven't changed their tempo. They've been very kind of controlled, but explosive when they need to be. And I'd say that of both teams, really.
Oh, that's a double tap.
Looks like it from this angle. Ref saying he's safe.
Okay.
Maybe it glanced the ground first. That was a close one.
1 minute. Sopolik lives to see another day. As there's Simmons pushing up, checking in with his teammates. Evans saying, hey, hold on, let's make a play call. Sharing it with the left side of the court. Pump fakes. 2 on target. Tardif getting nice and low. Ball is up and ably caught. McKenzie thinking about throwing it, getting that ball instead.
No chance to cover that one. That was unfortunate.
Oh, not a shadow catch. Almost like it sped up as it was passing and hitting Simmons.
Just took the shadow out. That was impressive. Saw the screen opportunity there and just let it rip.
Shot clock counting down. Murray saying, here it is. Brilliant slide.
I'd love to see this turn around for him. I'd want to see this get a little more competitive.
Oh, Mikhail Tardif is being questioned. Did he slide out?
Oh, maybe he had 2 points of contact for the catch and then went out of bounds.
Okay. It was too cool of a slide. He didn't have a teammate grab him. There's a shout out to Arsenio there.
I couldn't even remember. I was thinking about that after the match. Who was it that saved Moody's life? Because Moody was playing hard, and somebody just, grabbed him by the ankle. It was like, no, we want you in here. Don't go anywhere.
Sokoluk has been a good survivor so far. Now he's in a 1v situation. We are at the end of the first half, so he's in a troublesome spot. No blocking for Riptide men. 3 balls, and he lets it go in the gloves. That's what you do when you're well behind, because now it's 3-2. Fresh Strong on board.
High commitment, high reward, accelerating the pace of play, and gets another drop.
Brilliant out. Unique throw style, right? Like he's kind of taking advantage of his stature and kind of sending the high-low 6-12 curve. Sniping on the shoes.
Dirty inside break.
And then the Dirty Dairy gets it.
I can see the experience showing through on Riptide, the way they're throwing the ball. I mean, both teams, but Riptide's really got like this kind of poise to when they throw. They kind of see the opportunity and know how to finesse it to make it more effective. That last throw was a great example of that, kind of seeing a player off balance, placing it low and just letting it bend right into his foot.
It's one of the most beautiful things about the 7-inch foam balls is like, if you're not familiar and like say anyone with baseball, you're like, oh, you can put movement on it because the seams.
Yep.
And very hard, firm seams. And all there is just like the one kind of compression spot to fill in. And so if you're like outside of that, it's just like gripping that ball and hand placement and and of course like that shoulder movement. Like sometimes it's just like painful to watch.
Yes.
It's just brilliant to see players have pitches, which like I don't know about you, but like that 7 to 10 years ago, it was just hucking balls kind of a hit.
Well, yeah, it's like I liken it to like a ping pong ball or a wiffle ball. It's light enough to where you can get that kind of movement on it. So it really allows you a lot of creativity with how you throw the ball. Contrast that to a baseball. You can throw many different curves on a baseball, but it's less dramatic, right? A ping pong ball, you throw that kind of curve on it, it's going to bend hard.
And it's got a cycle that can,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
So the 7 is kind of in between those two. It's got more weight like a baseball, but it's still a larger, smaller than other dodgeballs, but a light enough ball to really catch air and drag that spin into different curves. That finesse is really what I think makes it one of, if not the most creative ball type to throw. And that, in turn, challenges catchers, which is an interesting level of the game. I think a lot of people describe 7-inch foam as a thrower's game. I wouldn't say that's necessarily wrong, but I also think it drives more competitive catching. I think it creates better catchers because they have to respond to that, right? You can't play dodgeball and not catch. You could, but it's not going to be very fun.
Okay.
1 point of contact. Yeah. He had 1 foot in, secured the catch, and then stepped with his other foot out of bounds. At least that's what I saw.
Oh, maybe didn't demonstrate control is what we're saying. Yeah, well, because he could have been flying off court. He's not technically dead. The question is, was he bobbling the ball?
Well, so that's per the 2024 WDBF rules. For this tournament, we're playing the modified 2022 rule set. So we're playing 2 points of contact.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that with me.
Yeah, we were very strict about talking about that in the ref committee meeting. We got to start talking about our VC MVPs now. It looks like we've got about 10 minutes left in the match. We've seen a lot of action from a lot of different players. It's going to be a fun one to nominate. Now that we're looking at the back of Riptide, get a little bit different view.
Oh, Evans.
Man,
that was a swing and a miss on a catch attempt there.
Both hands on it, and it dropped down and hit him in the toe. He's going to want that one back later.
Tardif on Tritons has had a strong performance. We've had survivors out of Barkhouse, Sokoluk. We haven't had dramatic moments, unlike Johnston's had some good finishing moves.
Yeah, remind me of the name. It was number 2 on the Tritons' right corner. He made that big catch, turned the game. Oh, yeah, Sokoluk.
Stefano Sokoluk.
I think he's going to be one of my nominations.
Yeah, and he had that up-down curve.
Yeah, he's getting creative. I think he's kind of working into the way he likes to play throughout this match. I wouldn't be surprised to see more highlights from him as we go.
Burden of throw on the Riptide men. Hailing from Charlottetown, PEI, home of the 2019 Dodgeball Canada Nationals. Johnston with the play call, sharing it with his wingers. Watch Simmons. Johnston calls his own number. Simmons protects himself. Quick into the attack zone, providing pressure. He gets countered, unable to bring it back in, but it's a trade situation. Simmons got his back.
Well, Johnson has just got this agility about him. We've been seeing it throughout the match, that like aerial dodge effect that made us think of Moody. The way he's playing right now, he's just very active in the face of the opponent, drawing so much attention, but not getting out for doing it. I love to see that kind of demand of attention. Oh, using 2 blockers, yeah. I'll give him my nomination.
Oh, that was a catch!
He snagged that. Oh, wow.
It was a no look. That you can't like.
I looked down for a second.
Oh my goodness! It was like, oh, game over, but then it just stuck there.
Ooh, good counter there from Johnson. Can he come out of this?
Yeah.
Ooh, he's real close to that back line.
Intent doesn't matter at all. Oh, but that one is intentional.
Let's go,
Woo!
Johnson.
Nearly ripped that ball apart.
We'll let you throw your votes at that guy. Why
TJ,
not?
number 2.
Wow, all right.
Well, Simmons should be happy with that one there. Thank you for saving. So, do any of those boys make your potential MVP list here?
Got to come up with 2 more. We got
DC player
Sokolik nominated for Triton, and then we got Johnson nominated for Riptide. We have a couple different players coming in now for Riptide. Hayner, number 10.
Yeah, actually, good one. Shout out to the second half. Tyler Hayner.
Yeah, Johnson stepped off after that last catch, it looks like.
Also, shout out to his family back home.
Ooh, another live save. Oh, got it.
Derry.
Great follow-up. I think McKenzie probably has earned his spot here. He's been putting his body on the line, getting pop-ups left and right.
Papa Tyler off court.
Oh, and we had number 13. What's number 13's name with that game-changing catch he just had? It was unfortunate they lost the set, but...
Oh, on the Tritons?
Yeah, Triton, number 13, their left corner.
Mikhail Tardif.
Tardif, oh yeah.
Hey, a man of the hats.
He was doing a lot on the back corner on that left side in the first half as well.
4v3. Player advantage for PEI. Simmons sends it wide of target. Champion get a nice and low, but he's targeted again. Gets his hips out of the way. McKenzie thinking he might have an opportunity there.
He's got that sniper's eye. He keeps taking those shots, and he's just missing by hairs.
Keeping them honest there as Evans is limbed. Simmons pushing up quick. Slowing down to talk to teammates. 5-1 commanding lead right now.
And 5 balls to 1 ball right at the moment. This could be a pivotal moment for Riptide to close this. Oh.
And showing why he's one of your potential VC Ultimate players in the match. Tardif targeted with many balls. That's what it takes to take him out. And Sokolik still on court with McKenzie. We're just kind of waiting on Johnson to get back on court. Whoa, right at us. Champion now against 3. Will Champion be the victor, or will it be Riptide?
A little disjointed there. Looks like they were trying to get coordinated. But
that one delivered.
Nice finish from McKenzie.
That plays into his strength. Is that upper quadrant? It's his, that's his island.
I was just thinking about that. I was like noticing how they play. All these guys really like to get in close with each other. They like to kind of not necessarily create chaos space, but just kind of like approach their opponent before they throw. They want to get close and then finish. They don't want to just throw from the 50-foot rip.
Yeah, and you're not seeing them take 3-4 seconds to get up.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's very intentional.
They've put themselves already it's like they're on deck.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. It's this constant rotation of in your face and deal with it.
Well, Joey LeBlanc on court, number 9, with the headband, sends it on target to Jenkins. And Watton, number 6, also on court beside Hayner. Big shot, and he gets a rebound there. A refund, as they like to say, and snapping out Barkhouse, number 10. Good on-target throws right now by the PEI men.
Oh.
Thud, thud. Tardif is out, as is Trong. LeBlanc, fresh arm, ready to go. Squares up against Hayner and Watton.
Playing a little desperately now from the Triton side, but they got a smile on their face. I like to see it.
And a line out. LeBlanc wasn't even targeted there. Sokoluk, your potential MVP. Time to vote. Wow, what was that?
I can't believe he blocked that. That was a weird one to see from this angle.
I want to see it again. It just seems so fluid, like he wasn't going to throw.
Yeah, like I've seen that style of throw before, but I've never really understood it. It's one of those ones like when I try it, my arm's like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
And then you see somebody like that do it, and you're like, but they do that. And it's like a weird rising effect from putting backspin on it, which I guess makes sense.
It's like he's skipping a stone, like it's not a window.
Yeah, kind of. It's like it's catching the air and just bouncing off of it once, just like floating up.
Sokoluk readies on defense. Player advantage on Riptide, and they clip him. Papa Hayner celebrating with teammates.
Oh, wow, these have been some interesting teams to watch. While you still got a chance, you got about 2 minutes left. I'm going to get your votes in for the VC MVP. Seeing some new throws here from number 34 Jenkins on the left, so keep your eye on him. He won't be in the vote, but he's entertaining. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely. Not
Johnson's back on the court as well. He's the acrobatic player that we've seen from the Riptide
putting
side.
on his case, his 2 are a limb from Tritons. Slow walk by Barkhouse. Nielsen, haven't mentioned him yet. He's actually, he helps his wife's family harvest maple syrup once a year, so does that feel very Canadian to you right now?
feels pretty Canadian. And who doesn't appreciate that? I love maple syrup.
Ooh, some nasty movement by the LeBlanc throw, taking out Watton.
And that's a process. You got to collect a lot of sap to make syrup.
We're going back to that. Johnston is eliminated. Hayner for now holding that right wing. Both sides ready, Burden to throw, Tritons. Good rip.
Ooh.
Joe H. Zinko. He's holding up that right wing for the Tritons. Reddy's with a defensive play call. Expect some movement out of him. He's pushing forward, but he was targeted by McKenzie. Counter right in the gloves of Hayner. Great move by him.
I was waiting for Hayner to make a move. He was playing very patiently off of his teammates from what I've seen. And then when he finally got his opportunity, he took that cross, got the out, and then got the catch that came back at him.
And send it on LeBlanc. Now Sokoluk again. Final 30 seconds of the match. Up, down, left, right, stays alive. Evans sharing with Jenkins, so does Jenkins do a little weird throw?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it. He's got a grip on that
we
ball.
watch him set the pitch. 3 balls, 3 players. Are we going to see a full send? Oh, nasty throw.
Yeah, I didn't see much of that drop from this side.
You clipped my foot. Final seconds, counting down. We are going to be at the end of the second half.
He's throwing that almost like a kind of a 45 softball pitch. He's kind of letting his body hang out over his plant foot and whipping his arm at not necessarily a straight down angle, but carrying that backspin around the left side of the ball.
Oh,
that's
we
creative.
have the perfect angle at it, too.
Yeah. Well, now we're seeing Sokoluk's drop from this angle. I like that, too.
So now he's switching it Snowcone style.
Look at that. That was beautiful. Not necessarily a fast throw, but using that slow curve to just break down on top of a bigger body.
And that's what is brilliant for is he might be protecting himself well, but it just goes and hits the shell.
And it's harder than it looks to control that because putting spin on a ball is one thing, but then placing it at depth, at distance, that's you can do that.
It has
all
to
day
land
long.
where you want it.
Exactly.
So well played, both teams. The Atlantic battle here between the Tritons and Riptide. Moving on in the DC Moving on in the DC Club Championships here, we're going to be switching back to the women's bracket, watching Sirens and Rack Attack.
I'll be excited for that one. I got to watch Betty Mack play with Valkyrie actually at the thing. Came out as our MVP, so I'm excited to see her play with her home team
On home court.
on home court, and the compliments around her. So that'll be a fun one for me.